What's up, flowboarders? Probably the most sought after trick in bodyboarding is the rodeo. Just like how many new stand up riders skip all fundamentals to land a kickflip as fast as possible, you or someone you know is likely throwing themselves endlessly at this trick. And that's for good reasons. It is, in my opinion, the most technically interesting flip trick you can do. So today, I'm going to break it down and give you all the little secrets I know so you can start trucking rodeos as fast as possible. All right, so first off, in my opinion, you must be comfortable riding your board in drop knee before you even really try to rodeo. So that would mean you can DK 360, shove it, carve back and forth, hopefully DK roll, and then really the most important one is you need to be able to know how to ride your board like carving back and forth, but facing the back of the wave. If you can't do this, you'll struggle because you don't have that pre-spin before the trick to help you finish out the end of the trick. So I would just suggest to take that first run out of your day whenever you get to either the park or wherever your wave is to just ride the wave and chill. You know, carve back and forth like I mentioned earlier. You know, make sure you can do it facing the back of the wave too for like a good, 30 seconds. And then do every trick you know at least twice as clean as possible. Once you do this, then yeah, you can go ahead and start trying new tricks. Now, if there was one thing I would really want you to remember from this video, it'd be this. I put a lot of detail into these tutorials, but if you go straight into your wave after watching it and try to do everything I'm telling you to at the same time, you'll probably overload your brain. So try to make an effort to practice in bites. Before each run, ask yourself, what is one part of the trick I'm going to try to focus on? And then actually think about that answer from the beginning of the run to the end. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes and break down this trick. A rodeo is a one-handed drop knee flip around the X and Y axis combined with a 180 air. And because you're only holding the board with one hand while throwing really, really hard, that makes the trick difficult to control. This means right away you have a pretty difficult choice to make. While most riders flip frontside in a rodeo, which is a flip counterclockwise for a regular stance rider or a clockwise flip for goofy stance riders, this becomes difficult to do if it happens to mean you would use a non-dominant arm to flip. Even so, I would still try to flip frontside so it keeps you from having to throw the trick in a switch stance or having to learn it backside, where it can be really awkward to throw this early on. If you still feel like you just can't get it this way after about 20 hours of time at your local wave, then start trying other flip directions. Once you have all that sorted out, we can look at our stance and positioning. I suggest keeping your stance as in line with the board's rails as you're comfortable with, and your up leg's foot in line with your down leg's knee. Place your hand that you'll use to grab the board about 2/3 of the way up. Then position yourself right on the Flowrider letters so you can build a little forward speed before throwing the trick. From the lettering, start to lean forward towards the nozzle so you can get a bit of forward momentum, and grab your rail if you haven't already. Then pump down onto the board while carving hard against the wave. Lead with your shoulders turning in the direction that you will flip, and release that built up energy by jumping up and behind your inside shoulder. At the peak of your flight, start to lean forward and pull your legs, feet, and hands back into your chest. Keep your core tight from this point forward and bend the arm that holds the board into a 90-degree angle. If you're having trouble keeping hold of the board, try to consciously make an effort to squeeze the board as hard as you can the whole time. Don't stress too hard about landing perfectly back into a drop knee stance. Just pull your other hand into the nose of the board and stay tucked into a ball. If you keep tucked, the momentum from the flip should spin you the rest of the way through. Also, keep in mind where you are in the spin so you can keep the board from catching an edge. Now go out and actually ride the wave. It will take time to get this trick down, so you need to just build in those reps. You won't get it your first try, and if you do, comment down below because you're probably the second coming of Jesus. Now, more likely, it's going to take about 1 to 4 weeks depending on your learning curve. take videos of yourself, break them down, and really reflect on why you're having any issues, or like what you could do to make it more crisp. You can send those out to your friends, or link up with somebody on Instagram, Facebook, and see if they have any suggestions for you if you don't have anybody else around you that knows how to rodeo. Thanks for watching, y'all. If you have any suggestions for more tutorials, comment what you'd like to see below and subscribe so you can see it as soon as it comes out. Also, check out the Discord server I made for competitive flowboarding in the video description. We have a lot of other resources to help you learn, and is a great space to discuss flowboarding with people all around the country. But yeah, anyways, good luck, y'all.